Hello everyone. Kwasi Kankam talks ni and then so yeah share beam. And that topic, using first principles thinking to escape societal pressure. And nti yɛbɛdi kan pensɛmpensɛ topic na ankasa mu ansa na yɛwie a yɛahwɛ nneɛma a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛka ho asɛm another topic. So using first principles to escape societal pressure. Wherever that you are watching me live from, you are welcome. Please don't forget to share, comment, subscribe, like, so that others would also be able to enjoy this wonderful conversation. Once again, it's your wonderful host, Kwasi Kankam, on Kwasi Kankam Talks. And it's and the topic is of using first principles thinking to escape societal pressure. Obi bɛka sɛ first principle no koraa no, me koraa me brɔfo nyɛ na wasan bɛka first principles thinking. The first principles thinking no koraa ɛyɛ dɛn ade, ɛna societal pressure nso ɛyɛ dɛn ade. First principles thinking, sɛ meyi ɛfiri pɔtɔ kasɛm mu a anaasɛ brɔfo kasɛm mu a, first principle is a matter of you breaking down complex subject, complex issues, anything complex into the most basic truth. And until say BBSC, so person oyo BB, so person okoto ade, any activity be a person oye bia no, udi kan etna se na wabubu mu kakra wachiche mu kakra na afei wahu nukura ɛwɔ asɛm no mu wahu nukura ɛwɔ dwumadie na opese odi nti obi pese oyo ɛfuo no medical break mu nketenkete na mabusa me ho questions bebree sɛ dɛn na ɛsɛ meyɛ dɛn na mehia those things and a friend of first principles thinking. So it's an activity of asking yourself why until you get to the most basic truth of that issue or of that activity. Next, obedu level bi a uche mu bi ma enyi isan say no na the basic truth no. Ma me mfa we nye example. Yemfa ne say me pese me ko do afuo, kokofuo, bayirefuo, eburefuo, regardless of the crop that I want to sow or I want to grow. Maybe can be some more question. Me say, okay, first of all, why do I want to start the farming? Number one. Number two, say farming and maybe there na me here. Now for me breaking it down. Until me breaking it down, I remember be who say ansana me timi aye afuo no. Regardless of misika me wo, regardless of aduaba me wo no. Me here de baako. Ade na me here ni say I need a land. I need a land. That is the most basic truth. I need a land to sow or to plant my seed, depending on the type of seed you want to plant. And nipa bebree so betimi ayɛ saa dwumadie na ɛwɔ laboratory and also ɛwɔ hɔ. Ti the one who is going through the lab route no so bebusa no sɛ deɛ na mehia. Ti obekyekyɛ mu kakra akosi mpɛmpɛnso a okyɛ mu bi ma enyi because ɛno na ɛyɛ the basic truth no uyi ɛno free ma enyi. And it's yɛhwɛ obi a ɔkɔ school a anya usua bibi a friend atom if you read science. Atom is the smallest indivisible part of an element. Ebi a uche mu bi ma enyi as knowledge abounds in kakra na ebi mu so the concept bi ba say oh ebi a obetimi ache mu all those kind of things, but that is not what I'm trying to talk about. Nea me pese me twa adwen sisi ne se o teacher ni mu pension mu nketenkete no hu no kura ewo mu no na afei wa fa no kura na ewo mu no wagina so de adi dwuma no eno na first principles thinking. Societal pressure say ye man tema ye timu ye man ya ye timu ye busua ye wo mu adwuma ye wo mu impo among our friends niema bi wo a ase ye de hye wo konse chinchina ye isan say number 1 ABA no na aba so number 2 mfi a wadi die say utimi ye sa adwumadie no ebia umfi ukwani munti obi ehwe sɛ by now deɛ ɛsɛ nka watumi aware na wawo by now ɛsɛ nka watumi anya wo masters by now ɛsɛ watumi awie high school anaasɛ wanya wo bachelor's degree na wankasa ankasa no wonyɛ ready sɛ ɔbɛyɛ saa adeɛ no for you know the reason why a wonyɛyɛ but the more amanfoɔ ɛhaw ɛhyɛ wo so sɛ kɔyɛ yɛse a ɔmo ma wankasa wo ndwen ɛnyɛ nea wopɛ sɛ woyɛ no ɛno na ɛyɛ societal pressure no ɛno nti yɛde bɛka first principles thinking a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛhu kwan a sɛ saa pressure na ɛwɔ yɛ society na anaasɛ yɛma ntɛmu yɛbusua mu no ɛba yɛn so a yɛbɛnya ntoboase atena ase na yɛbusa yɛn ho questions mako mmienu mmiɛnsa bi na afei yɛhu nokore na ɛwɔ mu no a then we will decide whether to do what they are saying or not. Ɛno nti yɛnhwɛ societal pressure ni bi a ɛtɔ da a yɛkum. Number one, marriage. You will get a lot of pressure from family, a lot of pressure coming from the society, a lot of pressure coming from even your friends. The pressure is that get married because you are growing. Worry san say unyi. Oh, she say the wetwa mu 30, unyi ye na worry. Oba de wotwa mu 30 a aware ho be den. Wahwe krampa wo no krampo no emba. Be ma de unyi. Opese udi be 40 ansa na wa worry na o do pension pay ahwe wo ma. But you also have your reason why you've not gotten married. Unim de nti a on worry. Nti ade nti na omo edwen ama o se chinchi na worry san se unyi. Worry isan se si say de wo ye adwuma sika ba onsem worry si say adwuma na wo ye no wa ba be director si de etua oka oje 100,000 oje 200,000 nti ne ye na worry a obetimi ahwe oba no ne nkora no wo ye oba so at the same thing worry because si say ni de unyi o wako school awie wan kasa wo de ho nti den bi na akosia wo twen ye na worry na mema ne dey say the one worry now near expiring date ebechew. You hear a lot of people saying so many things, even to the extent that omeka also a biological clock in a mema dey enyepe. Now, when those pressures start coming, you start reasoning in first principles thinking. Because yedi kanka first principles thinking if say e hu no kre na ewo asem no. Take religion out. Take spirituality out. Face the reality. Enti yefa aware de na, for example, yenhwe nokore na ewum no. Remember, the first principles thinking is debunking the conventional way of thinking. Conventional way of thinking in say, oh, I had yes na eye no. Oh, I had say the say na eye no. Say na eye ntu nso ye ne saa. First principles thinking and pesa opeso hu nokore na ewum no. So you ask yourself, is marriage really about age? Why are they telling me to get married? Is it because I'm getting old? That is the reason why they are telling me to get married. Or age is directly proportional to emotional readiness, financial readiness, psychological readiness, physical readiness, spiritual readiness in their marriage. So, nti omo ka saa nneɛma no nyinaa ba wo hyase ebusa ho sɛ aware no kora ɛyɛ den. Aware ne sɛ bɛrima ne ɔba ɛka bo ma bɛtena number one. Bring it down. O bringing it down wa obehu sɛ bɛrima ne ɔba ba bɛtena bom na sɛ bɛrima ne ɔba no edi nkɔmɔ. And then the two of them will understand each other to a certain degree. Na afei ntiase yɛ adwuma a ɔmo mmienu ayɛ ɔmo adwene sɛ ɔmo bɛyɛ den. Ɔmo bɛware. And only first principles thinking. Nti ni a society ni ɛka oh ware na wadi say ware na unyi ware na uye say no. If that is true, then it means that obiara nya saa 30 years not society ni kana so worry. But say obinya 40, obinya 50, obinya 25 and sana all warrior, it means that what the society is talking about say unyi na ye na worry is not true. It means that the truth about marriage is that age does not have a direct effect on it. And no. Age does not translate into emotional readiness. Say asam to aware no mu a emfa ho ne umfi a wadi. you realize that one of the first principles thinking idea bema wa ore ne say at least we bema e say wunya sika kakra bi a obetimi e de aye oba no ho ade na maybe in the first few years nso kra no se bi wadwuma mpo say a mo betimi ahwe omo and it is a one tena se embusa ho sa questions we ya na say pressure na eba so now the pressure na chi na okoware a obo say afi obekwa aware nu na problems na start say eba you will not know how to work your way around it. You are welcome to Kwasi Kankam Talks. And using first principles thinking to escape societal pressure. Safi no joining here, like share, na comment, send a beya, a man phones be and jumedi na ye can wasem no. So when I was thinking about these things, I wrote down a couple of points because when you to was here and busan question, you will do anything random. Yeah, share our ready here. Let's look at Yanko school kakra. One say ọmọ yeah science and I say integrated science no. Usua dey be periodic table of elements. Now the periodic table of elements your groups maybe group 1, group 2, group 3. So your metals, your non-metals, your metalloids, your inert gases. Now ọmọ fiti prekope and I can say element where you group 1, element where you group 2. Why is it that we should put this one under group 1? Why should we put maybe argon under inert gas? Why should we put this under maybe metals? The reason is because more questions. Who say metals no characteristics pe. Send your down pe. Inert gases no who say characteristics pe. And into ye share one group man. That is first principles thinking because they want to group the metals or they want to group the elements, but then they don't want to go through any arbitrary way of grouping them. They want to be very intentional by asking themselves the right questions. That is first principles thinking. Another way of first principles thinking, a direct application. Accident na esi no. Yembusa ye ho say, let's not rush. Yembusa ye say number 1, den na accident ni si ye. Okay. Ye hu say accident na omote car mu. Okay, car no why na etwi car no. Nya no twi car no, no anom nsa, no pay attention, no on the phone so. That is first principle. It's asking the whys to the level where you can't ask any further why. Okay, driver no on no monsa, no need phone so any car no so. Was it a mechanical or electrical failure? Ne ahwe, oh okay, car no two car no crampo no. Na tie ne ba ko form or yes odu kwa mu ba bia na nka wa ye de wa pompe anaso de mframa kakra gu so. So then we realize that oh okay, issue na esi enye huhu masem. Enye se na driver na bo na emum is just a minor thing bia one year. The tire was a little bit low or ye na adwen say okon anim kakra na nka pompe. And no one year into accident esi. Till next time, if we want to avoid such situation, car be a station who be a baby tour. What should the drivers do? The drivers should go around the car, check if the tire pressure is okay. Because you realize that 99% of the time, accident be here. Senye driver na ebia on pay attention. One no sign and also odi jumedi be apart from so be focus on car na ebia car no na fault e wo ho. And I say obi overtaking on driving recklessly and afi ebema mbenya accident. It has got nothing to do with any spirit. Let's come to societal pressure. Another societal pressure in you say we first born na una say ohwe unua mo. Yes, yamamre na sa na tie wa udi animu no say obo mo di wachi no. Let's look at the truth in it. Is it true? Say, Timia no di animu no nkwa na say obo a wona mu di omachi no. That is not true. There are instances that will be a kuma, but on no crab be ache ni odi animu no. Enti kuma ne so boa ni odi animu na eh. So that thing creates pressure on people where on one kasa no, ombusa no say, how can I help those after me? Why should I even help them? I should help them because that is the cultural expectation. Is it true? Especially when you've not even found your foot into one kasano crown or 90 me NCC. Obu ha watu kwan kwa abroche. Ni mukre miya onya baby intimi fa ni tinto ye. But or send this card kofi ema ye who say oh ono nso watu kwan. Meanwhile, on one kasano, he is not okay or she is not okay. So you ask yourself, why do I need to do this? Am I doing it because family ni manya omo be kasa anase I'm doing it because I have and I want to do it. First principles thinking. You are looking at the truth in it. You are looking at the truth in the situation. First principles thinking ni be when we school we adwuma. Obi e ka tro say when we adwuma when you adwuma there kota asase na sidan. We a young boy 22 years what start here aban adwuma when your private company be we adwuma. Yes, kota asase na sidan. Because obi asha say onye adwuma na sika eba ni nsema. The first thing that they have to do or your community no and I say society ni say to asase na sidan. So you ask yourself, is it true that seminya adwuma na sika eba mi nsema mento asase na mi sidan? Why are they doing that? If there is a truth in it, you can do it. But then ask yourself, why are they doing that? Why are they saying so? Semenkota asase na mi sidan minya start say mi adwuma na. It's not true. So you need to sit down and you ask yourself, so, okay, me na menye adwuma na menye sika. Ede na meye a emema menya fa hodie. Metimi edika abrenti baby kakra. Na me di mi sika no akɔhyɛ business bi mu, akɔhyɛ edwa bi mu. Na sɛ saa sika no any business na emu tre na sɛ sika ba mu kɛse a, metimi eyi bi afrim akɔ akɔtɔ asase asidan. But then, if you don't analyze it using the first principles thinking, pressure na a free society ni ban. Remember, because that has become the norm. Remember, one thing that first principles thinking hates is following the norm, following the conventional way of thinking. Say, I had this say near no, and it's maintain what they say near ni say, I'm branching and I'm baba, or sis na uye juma, unye sika kota sase, nesidan. No. First principles thinking will let you ask certain questions. First principles thinking will challenge what we call cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance. Then they say, oh dear, one will say you know creating about change because we now unje. And that has been one of the issues that we are experiencing in our societies, in our Ghanaian societies, in our African communities. And any problem kesi a you face first principles thinking na ye nyusu e obi bia ye yem no eno ana ema ye bre ma ye adwuma menye sika kakra ba bia mete no metimi afa bus akọ adwuma yesi wo ye adwuma na onye sika ene etoka. You ask yourself, why do I need a car? Is it true that if I start working I should get a car? Okay, what am I going to use the car for? The car is going to take me from point A to B. Are there alternatives? Make me use and also make me aboa me send yanka me wo car e beboa me na. Okay, yes, maybe I make me have a train, make me have a bus. Yes, that I said me sorry term kakra. Make me aye no. Ane maybe first principles thinking. But me hwenya obi ka say kwaku ye adwuma no onye san wa akoto Range Rover nti nso kwa me anaya sika bounce ma also kona akoto Range Rover ni bi. You don't know what kwaku does. So first principles thinking will make you aware of your environment and then become self-conscious. Na fe wan kasa wo busa ho question say, adenti na menye we. Na se manye we ya mewu ana. That is first principles thinking. You are always looking for the basic, nothing but the basic what? Truth. I wrote one thing down here and I'm going to read it out. Now, success pressure. Success pressure. Whose definition are you living by? Obu wɔ hɔ a yɛaka akyerɛ ne sɛ mantam no sɛefoɔ no obiara sii so otu kwan ɛkɔ aburokyire otu kwan kɔ aburokyire no obesii fie wei etu kwan kɔ aburokyire ɔno nso ɛbɛbie business nti wɔn nso wadu saa fie no a kɔ tu kwan na bɛyɛ nea ɔmo yɛ ni bi. Success definition. Why is the society defining that for you without you asking yourself, say, what do I want to achieve? And then I may person me, where do I need to be to achieve that? And why do I even need to get to that place in order for me to be able to achieve what I want to achieve? I mean, kind of craving show. The world you see is a construct. A casa be a construct will be na a design, wash ana ọma nneɛma bi yɛ adwuma sɛnea ɔno pɛ. Ɛno nti sɛ woamma w'ani amma wo ho so na wankasa wo anhyehyɛ wo deɛ a, time biara no pressure na meka ho asɛm no ɛbɛba wo so. Time biara pressure na meka no bohu sɛ ɛbɛma ɛde ehu ani suro bi aba abɛhyɛ wo mu because yɛse sei na ɛyɛ no nti wo wantumi anyɛ ne saa you are what you are either a failure or you are useless in the community. Success definition. Success definition. Yes, Kwame to kwan, nti to kwan. You ask yourself, why do I need to travel? Yes, Kwame, any do 25 years no, Oshia ama waware no. Nti nso where the 25 years are, do the same thing. Why do I need to do that? Why do I need to do that? Success definition. Is your definition of success defined by you getting promoted at work or you having financial freedom? First principles thinking. Tí o ṣe àṣẹ sẹ o busa àwọn questions, o busa àwọn questions, o busa àwọn questions. Na wọn sẹ obiara ɛkwan ɛyɛ different ɛwɔ abrabɔ mu. Ɛno nti ni sɛ Kankam ɛtumi ɛsi dan mmiɛnsa at the age of ebia 28 or at the age of 30 a. Na sɛ me yaw mɛnsa, mintimi nsi dan mmiɛnsa at the age of 30 a. That doesn't mean that I'm a failure. But I need to ask myself, why do I even need to have a house at the age of 30? And only first principles thinking. Tiano na udo mo esukwa, ubehu no kure na ewu na saa no kure na ebeye wo han. The truth will be your light, and the light will be that thing that will shine on your path for you to get to your destination. Yembra empenatwemu. First principles thinking. Empenatwemu. Baby a mema na ma obiara no. Empenatwe wɔ hɔ. Asɔre dɛm ebi wɔ hɔ. Adwumam ebi wɔ hɔ. Mantem a yɛte ebi wɔ hɔ. Let's look at first principles thinking. Now, first principles thinking will challenge the norm. And in the we have this notion say, bɛrima ne ɔbaa wɔ hɔ a kyenkyena ɔne ne ware mpo na ɛsɛ ɔna ɛhwɛ no. Ɛsɛ ɔna ɛtɔ gifts ɛma no. Nea ɔntimi ne kora na ɛsɛ ɔyɛ. They are not even married. It's as I say we have this societal expectation that a man is supposed to take care of the woman regardless. Is that true? Let's analyze. Why do I need to buy her gift when maybe you are not married to her, or when maybe you don't have the money? Am I doing it because society demands that I should buy that gift for her? Am I doing it because my judgment is being clouded by the love I have for the woman, the love that I have for the man? First principles thinking. First principles thinking no ebe kyerɛ sɛ okay nipa na me ne twem pen kwan na ma ɔte sɛn ɛdɛn na ɛma n'ani gye dɛn na ɛma ne bufu ɛdɛn ɛna ɔka ebu na bɛm ɛdɛn ɛna ɛhyɛ ne nkran ɔyɛ obi a sika nkwa no pɛ ɔyɛ obi a ebi a ɔpɛ adwuma yɛ. You ask yourself all those things. Forget about the conventional way of thinking and in your obi ka se say ne ɛyɛ no no. And to who you buy, you ask yourself, say, there may have many twin plane. Number one, why am I in a relationship with him? Again, I mean, who more a man me ase man now be permanent, me ase man. You ask yourself those questions. Forget about the love. You ask yourself, say, ni vision crowd in then. Bema we mehwɛ in the next 10, 20 years, metie ni kasa any dwumadi a odi a, metimi ne ne atena for the next 20, 30 years of my life. Obusa ho saa question na afro obusa say adenti. And after all these questions, I'm convinced because you find a certain truth in it. And tie nya abonten so for eka. Entie enya o maame anasa o nanfofo ana o papa eka. Busa ho question no. Ask yourself, do that internal research. First principles thinking goes hand in hand with critical thinking. And as a matter of fact, critical thinking is one of the foundational blocks of first principles thinking. The critical thinking means that you are looking at the facts. You are looking at the core of it. And yet, at some fact that is proven, fact that is backed by data. And no na ɛnyɛ nea nipa ɛka say ne ɛyɛ no anaasɛ oyɛ opo mpo ɛsɛ oyɛ ne saa. That is not what you are looking at. That is first principles thinking. Now, practical way of applying first principles thinking in our daily life. Yɛbɛhwɛ baako mmienu mmiɛnsa bi a metwerɛ ɛwɔ hanom sei. Hanom sei deɛ no ɛyɛ me dɛ paa. I want to ask you a question. Wohwɛ Africa anaa Ghanafoɔ yamammerɛ ɛne yamane a, do you really believe that there are certain aspects of it that hinders the growth of people? Question I made to Amma, you can answer it yourself or you can put that in the comment section. Does our culture limit people in one way or the other? If it is true, start asking yourself why. Practical ways of applying first principles thinking. Here the first one. Success. Yedi ewa abrabom. Should I define my success in life as having the best paying job or having the best car, having the best woman to marry, having the nicest house, living a luxurious lifestyle? Is that the definition of success to me? The first principles thinking, say, okay, what do I need in life to be successful? Why do I need that? Maybe I be here, me here investment. I need assets. Why do I need those assets? Because I realize that those assets will give me financial freedom. So what I will do is that my efforts will go on to what? Getting those things that will make me have financial freedom. Anything else is noise. The first principles thinking now here can another aspect of it, if be signal noise ratio. Signal noise ratio. Utunu FM F radio utunu bon se koto signal bi so ana ache frequency frequency won't need be omo news and omo tonyo. Now say enchi signal bia you will hear that that muffling sound. It's the same thing with television. Signal noise ratio. In the first principles thinking, only say it makes you focus on the signal. Anything apart from the signal is noise. The noise can be the woman in your life. The noise can be the man in your life. The noise can even be your children. The noise can be your current working place because you is blocking the why in your life. That thing, which is now a noise, even though say indeed we will know, it has become a hindrance to the why that is getting you stuck in life. Signal noise ratio. Me my sister, me per se by age this or by age that, at least one investment, whether it is a farm, whether it's a transport business, any kind of business as that pampo a year mami. I want to achieve that in the next maybe 20 years or in the next 10 years. I am 80 years. Anything that will prevent me from getting to that 10-year target, it's a noise. And that noise can come from so many angles. Your religion can be a noise. Your family can be a noise. Your mom, your dad, your friends can be a noise. But first principles thinking, once you start asking yourself, why? Why do I need this? So if your why is not strong, can be a societal pressure and it will come out also. Oko university, yes, kona kwakoye medicine, kona kwakoye pharmacy, kwaye course papa. Now we are obeying adwuma. One busa ho question be, you should ask yourself, why do I have to go and read medicine? Is medicine going to give me the financial freedom that I want? If it is true, remember, first principles thing, the basic truth. If it is true, then it means that obi obey medicine biano ese odiye ewa brabum. But your uncle form also medicine and here brabum. So it means that going to read medicine will not give you financial freedom. In this pressure na sɛ untimi nye medicine na enkodi akyi na enkoye bon sɛ afi we na wani nje is the same thing. You see, opese odi abrabo ma, you need to travel, you need to go overseas. First principles thinking. Let's apply. Is it true that when you travel you get financial freedom? Okay. Why are they saying that? Do we have evidence that obia wetu kwan bia no obedi ye onya financial freedom? Now you start doing your research, you start asking the why. Now no obisa say, okay, say no credit adentina mame ya etu kwan no ono otimi ebesi dan ba kope ba kwaku mensa entu kwan wasi dan beye 20 ewo Ghana wabiebie enwuma bebre. Why is it so? Why are they saying that I need to travel to get that financial freedom? But somebody is in Ghana, the person has been able to get financial freedom. The first principles thinking na chire na no credit bank kakra. Na mo hu say who pay die wa brabo mo a and found one geographical location. Geographical location ni bi ema e bi obi etimi ekọ animu ntem. But at the end of the day, you realize that the foundational truth to financial freedom is that you need to have proper financial education. First principles thinking will unleash the truth about financial freedom in the fact that if you want that, you need to have proper financial freedom, not money. Not say utu kwan ako baby. Say ke no kwan. You realize that enye no credit because nipa bebre tu kwan. Now so omo ma tu kwan ni nyina, omo nyina nyi. Ebi kre tu kwan na be hia omo more. Nti sa asem si a nyanto wase se ye man tema yetimi society omo de pressure si usise akwasi ye sei me maami ye sei akua ye sei. Utieti o ma brother sister, you will go through a lot of psychological trauma. You will go through a lot of emotional distress. Ade ebetimi agye o, it's not even prayer. Ade ebeje o first principles thinking, and that also moves hand in hand with critical thinking. Mo abusa ho questions ni nyina until the level where you believe that this is the truth. Afi me breaki mu a enye ye biem nti me hu nukre na ewo mu ni dia saa nukre no ana me di beye adwuma enye ni a wiase ka enye ni a me maame ka enye ni a me papa ka enye ni a me daddy ka denti ene me ka saa topic we ho asem say emabunu bebre young guys no from 18 up to 30 pressure e so pa. On social media, you ask yourself, is it true? Okay, why is she displaying this luxurious car? Why? Why is she having this Chanel bag? Why is she having this Louis Vuitton bag? Why? Ask yourself those questions. But what is that pressure next year? You who a man be bro medisa pressure yechi ahwere omonkwa. Your mema be bro medisa pressure yechi ama omahwere omonkwa. Yesi tukwan na be inti wakɔ akɔfa Libya, wakɔ akɔfa Mediterranean Sea ne so etu kwan akɔ Europe. Wahwere ne nkwa. Na sɛ onya to wase ebusa ne ho ana use first principles thinking. First principle thinking brofo kɛse no ane sɛ o breaking nneɛma down. Omu breaking nneɛma down obusa why do I need to travel? The thing that I'm seeking, do I have it in my environment? Onya ne ho abotre ana obusa ne ho question a nka ɔnkɔhwere ne nkwa ɛwɔ ɛpo so. Unya ho abotre na obusa ho question bia bia saa 200,000 na ɔde wedding no. Na ɛsɛ nka ubusa say I didn't think I'm need 200,000 in choir wedding. Maybe 50,000 year wedding na a day and at the end of the day, what is the basic truth in wedding? What is the basic truth in our area? The basic truth is that two families are coming together to what? To unite. They are not coming together to what? Blow cash. The goal is to unite. Any other thing beyond just add-ons. And to say a court na betimi akɔ na marriage register my area. But sɛ wowɔ sika no na wobɛtumi ayɛ ne kɛse a, why not? Go ahead and do it. Entie pressure no. Entie ne abɔntensofoɔ ɛka. Ɛyie yɔ. Ɛyie yɔ yɛ sɛ wokɔ akɔsie obi ewu. Wode amammerɛ ne amanneɛ ne akɔ akɔsie no. Do I need to go take a loan of 200,000 Ghana cedis to do a funeral? Na yɛnka sɛ, oh, ɛyie deɛ ɛbaa yo. Ɛyie deɛ yɛ come on. Wodi pressure n'akyi. Ebia na wo ho bɛso sɛ wobɛyɛ 20,000 ɛyi wasi o maame ana papa wɔfa matena se mayɛ bibi ketewa bi mawie mokɔ mu baabi. That is first principles thinking, challenging the conventional way of thinking and challenging what we call norms. Bibia yɛka sese ya na ɛyɛ no nti ɛnɛ yɛde ɛnɛ video no ebesi hanom sei sɛ ɛnɛ ne da a wodi kan a wo join yɛn a you are welcome to Kwasi Kankam Talks. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and then also, subscribe so that others can also enjoy from this wonderful information that we are giving out here. Using first principles thinking to escape societal pressure. There is this man that I watch so much, Mr. Kwabena Obendako. If you go to YouTube or Facebook or TikTok, he has a video of first principles thinking. I will encourage you to go watch it. Mr. Kwabena Obendako or YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, or video or Kasafa first principles thinking. It's applicable to most areas in our life, our business, our marriage, our spiritual life. It cuts across everything. That video from Mr. Kwabena Obendako. And inti kona koshye bika ho na wankasa no asem si a nyabotre na busa ho questions ade na asem na si ubusa ho sa question na ubehu no kure na ewu no so that you will not be a victim of societal pressure that is taking a lot of people to their grave prematurely. Don't be a statistic of societal pressure. Stay safe. Once again, this is Kwasi Kankam Talks. We are awakening minds, we are empowering people, and then we are elevating people with these kind of messages. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.